Merry Christmas, everyone! This truly is the best time of the year. We've just finished unpacking our Christmas decorations, and inside those boxes are all of our Christmas books. They really have become a tradition each year as we read them at night and just celebrate the holidays with picture books. So I have put together a list of my top 24 books that we read, some classics, some that you might not have heard of. And I'm going to give you a little sneak peek into each one in this video. If you want to check out more about these books, make sure to hit that description below because I've listed all the details. Let's get reading. Starting off with one of the favorites in our house, the Gingerbread Pirates.
In this book, a boy creates a gingerbread pirate on Christmas Eve who ends up protecting the house from an intruder on Christmas. You know who that is. We read this at least 100 times every year and have found that it makes the best gift for friends too. Just attach a cookie cutter and some homemade gingerbread cookies and you've got yourself a great gift.
This one was an instant hit in our house. Home Alone.
Based on the 90s movie Home Alone, this follows Kevin, who gets left home by his family around Christmas time. We love this book because it follows the movie really nicely and it's a great version for younger kids.
Now to throw in a classic, How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
From the rhyming pattern to the heartwarming ending, anyone will fall in love with this classic story. I grew up watching the animated cartoon, but really enjoy reading this one while curled up on the couch with my boys. The Grinch just has a way of melting hearts at Christmas time.
Now for something a little more touching, A Wish to Be a Christmas Tree.
This is a story about friendship. An old pine tree watches year after year as families pass him up for their Christmas tree. The magic happens when his forest friends help him make his dream come true.
Get ready for something a little interactive. Bunny Slopes.
Hold on tight for this wild ride. Take a ride down the slopes with Bunny as you tilt pages and soar into the air. This one is perfect for children that are active and don't like to sit still. You're going to get a wonderful winter feeling on the slopes of this book.
And now for one of Mom's favorites, The Tree That's Meant to Be.
This book teaches the sweetest message. You don't have to be perfect to be special. A little tree learns this message in this adorably illustrated story.
No Christmas library will be complete without The Polar Express.
Nothing says Christmas more than the Polar Express. A boy hitches a ride on the Polar Express all the way up to the North Pole to meet Santa and is given a special gift at the end of the story. This one is sure to be a classic.
Get ready to laugh with this board book, Dinosaur versus Santa.
This book is just plain fun. A dinosaur is getting ready for Christmas Eve and completes many challenges like making gifts and decorating the tree and going to bed on time on Christmas Eve. Will he make that challenge? You'll have to read to see. It's so funny.
Now, from one of our favorite authors, Stickman.
At Christmas time, Stickman gets separated from his family on an adventure where he gets into trouble that only a stick can get into, until he is saved by the big guy at the end, who eventually helps him out. This one is by the same authors as The Gruffalo and Room on the Broom, and we just love it.
Here's one for all you exhausted moms, Aloud Winters Nap.
A grumpy old turtle just wants to take a winter nap, but he keeps getting interrupted. Anyone think that sounds familiar? Find out what finally makes him change his mind about snoozing through the winter season.
Here's a treasure we found a few years ago, The Santa Thief.
I'm always looking for books that teach my kids about the importance of giving rather than getting at Christmas. Step back to 1920 and a young boy really wants a pair of ice skates that his parents can't afford. Find out what truly brings him joy on Christmas morning.
Get ready for a Santa origin story in The Little Santa.
This is a fun story that gives the reader a glimpse into what Santa was like as a child and how he came to be. The author gives his interpretation of the origins of the chimney and Santa's reindeer.
Of course, you need a little Curious George at Christmas. So here is Merry Christmas, Curious George.
Follow George as he gets into his usual mischief, but this time it's at the Christmas tree lot. Find out how he makes his way to the children's hospital and ends up saving the day.
The ultimate Christmas story, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas.
No Christmas library is complete without the poem The Night Before Christmas. We read this every year on Christmas Eve, and it's still my favorite.
This one's perfect for the littles. Mouse's First Christmas.
This is such a great book to teach your little ones about some of the Christmas vocabulary. Follow the little mouse as he explores the house on Christmas Eve and experiences all the joys of Christmas and eventually meets Santa.
This is the one I read to my boys on the day we pick out our Christmas tree. Pick a pine tree.
Traditions are a huge part of Christmas. Follow this family as they pick out a tree, decorate it, and celebrate the season one tradition at a time. The illustrations in this are so cheery and festive, they'll put you in the holiday mood.
Give your kids a little history of Santa with When Santa Was a Baby.
Here is another Santa origin story that helps explain the reason Santa looks the way he does and why he loves giving so much. My kids love seeing Christmas from behind the scenes in this fun story. I really like the vintage drawings.
One from our favorite authors. This one's The Crayons is Christmas.
This book shows us how Duncan and the Crayons celebrate Christmas. This one has real letters, games, and puzzles tucked away in the envelope pages. It truly is one of the best interactive books for older readers.
We love this version of The First Christmas Night.
I think it's always important to step back and read the real meaning of Christmas. I love that this version uses the classic poem "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," but instead tells the story of the first Christmas in poem form.
My kids are always amazed by this one. Snowflakes, a pop-up book.
This beautiful pop-up book is always the book I read to my kids before we make paper snowflakes. The reader truly learns the uniqueness of each snowflake, and the pop-ups and cutouts are breathtaking.
Combine music with your bedtime story time with Walking in a Winter Wonderland.
I can't help but sing along as I read this book based on the classic song Walking in a Winter Wonderland. The illustrations are bright and festive and contain all of the lyrics to the song. You'll be transported to a snowy meadow in the middle of winter.
This one sold me on the illustrations alone. S is for Santa.
We always love a good alphabet book in our house. Each page is full of Christmas details, keeping little eyes busy as you read. I especially love the vintage illustrations.
From another classic author, Dream Snow.
A farmer goes to bed dreaming of snow and wakes up to find a winter wonderland. He then goes out to uncover his animals that have been blanketed by snow, which are really flaps for children to lift, and he delivers them presents.
And last up, get your rhyme on with Snowman at Night.
Take a sneak peek into the Snowman world and read this rhyming book to see what snowmen really do at night while we're all sleeping. If you like this, you'll also like the sequel, Snowman at Christmas.
Well, there you go. That was our top 24 list of Christmas books to read with your family. We love each one of those books, and I know if you have them in your library, they're going to become very special to you too. If you want to know more about each book, make sure to look in the description below because I've added links so that you can check them out. And while you're there, make sure to subscribe to my channel because I've got a lot of Christmas ideas for you and your family. Merry Christmas, everyone, and happy holidays.